this week's Torah portion, the Jewish people are told about the wonderful blessings that we'll get if we observe God's commandments. And unfortunately, I hate to even use the word, but we're told about the curses that will ensue if we don't. One of those sets of blessings and curses are exact mirror images of each other. If we listen to God's commands, we'll be blessed coming and going. And if we don't, we'll be cursed coming and going. One commentator says that's referring to you'll be blessed at work and at home. When you go out to work, you'll have blessing. When you come home, you'll have blessing. And the opposite, if you don't listen, will also be true. Another commentator says, no, that doesn't make sense. Because if that's what it was referring to, it would have been in the opposite order. Because you go out to work before you come home. It should have said, you'll be blessed when you go out and you'll be blessed when you come in. But it doesn't say that, it's the opposite. So that commentator says it's referring to something else. It's referring to stages of life, birth and death, cradle to grave. The blessing is, just like you were born without any sins, when you die, you won't have sins if you've listened to God during your life. And the converse, the curse is that just like you were born without any merits, if you don't listen to God, when you die, you won't have any merits. But one second, think about that. Imagine you've got a very cool 16-year-old kid going on 17, like I happen to have, thank God. Shout out to him if he's watching this. And you're going to leave him home alone for a few days. And you give him a whole list of things to do and not to do. You tell him, listen, take out the garbage on this day, take out the recycling on that day, make sure to take phone messages with phone numbers and names from anybody who calls, take in the mail, get to school on time, do your homework, no drinking, no band-controlled substances, no parties, don't stay up too late, etc., etc. And you tell him, listen carefully. If you listen to me and you do all the things on this list and you don't do any of the don't do's, you will have listened to me. And if you don't, if you violate any of these rules, you will not have listened to me. Isn't your kid going to say to you, hey, 1 second, where was the reward in there? If I listen, don't I get a C note, a Benjamin? You can't spare me $100? It sounds like that's what God's telling us. If you listen to me, the blessing will be you have no sins. Well, yeah, I have no sins because I listened to you. And if you don't listen to me, the curse is going to be you have no merits. Well, yeah, I didn't listen to anything, so I'm not expecting any merit. Where's the blessing? Where's the curse? To answer this, I want to quote a mantra that people like me from Philadelphia, fans of the basketball team, the 76ers, have been saying for several years now. Sam Hinkie, the former general manager, hatched an ingenious plan. He blew up the team, intentionally put a terrible team out on the court so that the team would lose many games and therefore increase their draft position so they could draft better players. And now the fruits of his labors are paying off.
Simmons throwing it in reverse. Whoa! Joel Embiid. Charge knocked it away, goes diving. What a block! Fultz slamming it. Redding, another three. Got it!
But throughout all the lean years that preceded the current success, Hinkie and the fans would say, trust the process. It could be difficult, it could be painful, it could be ugly, but in the end, it'll be well worth it. So maybe God's telling us the same thing. Trust the process. It'll be difficult to observe all these laws, but I'm telling you, I created you. And the Torah is not a book of random laws. It's the owner's manual for how to lead a rich and rewarding and successful and blessed life. You obey those laws. By the end of your life, when it comes time to shuffle on, you'll do so with calm and serenity. You'll feel so close to me. There's no feeling like that in the world. That feeling will be heavenly down here on earth before you even get up to heaven. But the opposite is also true. If you don't listen, unfortunately, because of the choice you made to opt out, you'll feel so distant from God. There'll be such a gap that will trouble you, especially as you're about to leave this world. It will pain you, and that feeling will be hellish. So you'll say, you know what, that sounds good, but it's just a bunch of words. How do I know? I'm not ready to commit my life to doing these laws in the hope that I'll lead a blessed life, and I won't realize that till the end of my life. So try it out. Rosh Hashanah is around the corner. Pick one thing spiritually to work on. Give it some time and see if you don't start feeling some of that blessing in your life.